here is our toilet. And we bought 3 of them because we have 3 bathrooms. There's nothing fancy. This was a very inexpensive toilet. Less than $100. I couldn't see what the other ones did that this one won't do. I won't be flushing any pool balls down the toilet, so I didn't need that one. I just bought the cheap toilets because I've never had a specific complaint about where I do my business. And this one specifically comes out in pieces. There's like a sign on there that says 10-minute install time. I have the wax ring. Here is the back of the toilet tank. And this is just the lid. And that'll probably be the actual last thing that's installed. Okay. And now we take out the actual bowl and using this piece of cardboard here to set it down on and hope that we can get some good footage with how tight of a space I have to film in. There we go. Now, leaving the bowl upside down as you can see, and now here's our little goodie bag. Again, the bathroom here is quite tight for filming. It's just really hard to do it, and I'm by myself, so I don't have anybody here to hold the camera. These 2 pieces are for the tank. It goes on the back, and in this package will be the wax ring and some hardware. This ring toilet flange here, there are videos online aplenty showing you how to install one of these onto a concrete floor. It's simple. Line up these holes accordingly and screw them into the concrete. Put these little bolts with the little flat head in, slide it in, slide it in, and I can't pull them out unless I slide it back. Now it's wax ring time, and this is used to seal smells and liquids and gunk and goop from when you flush the toilet. You can put it in here now, or you can put it on the toilet now. I like to put it here and just kind of give it a little squish. Make sure it's centered there and squish it a little more. This cone here will guide the toilet somewhat into place when you set it down. And broke my toilet. I mixed up some epoxy and put the sides back on, and it's sharp and I don't like it. I'll probably be changing this toilet out in the future, but as you can see, it's in place now, and I epoxied the edges back into place. And it's very strong. It'll work just fine. The bowl itself didn't crack, just the base. So I'll be changing this out in the future, but for now, we're gonna get moved in with a broken toilet. So if you come and visit, you can take a look at my broken toilet. What I was trying to do when I broke the toilet was flip it right side up and set it down on top of these bolts. And there's one on this side as well that you saw me put in, and then I smushed it down so that wax ring smushed out and expanded. I'm sorry I didn't get that part on camera. I was quite frustrated. My apologies, but moving forward, put the white caps on, then the provided washer. Then what's weird is they provided wing nuts and a normal nut, and there's nothing really in the instructions that say why. I'll try the wing nuts just because they're easier and you don't need tools. I'm not going to tighten that one down all the way. Get this other side on first, and that is solid to the floor. Here's what I would ask your guys' opinions. Some people say definitely put a bead of caulk around the base of the toilet, and some people say definitely do not. All I want to know is which is the best option. The people who are pro caulking, it looks nicer and it also keeps water from coming out or going in. The people who are anti-caulking say that's the exact reason why you shouldn't caulk, is because you want to see if there's water coming out. Because if there's water coming out, then there is a problem. I'm prone to not caulk right now, just because if there was a problem, I'd like to see it. But if there are arguments in favor of caulking, I'd love to hear them. Let me know in the comments. So here's the tank of the toilet, and this specific model comes with all the stuff already inside the tank. Filler, the valving, and the flushing mechanism. This rubber gasket comes in the kit. I'm gonna put that around. You gotta kind of stretch it. Pretty easy to do, and that's it. And then we're going to take these wing nuts off, as well as these washers. You're dealing with a lot of small hardware when you're putting a toilet in, and there's a big open bowl and there's a lot of open holes to drop things into. Just be very careful. Very good. So now these brass looking bolts go into these holes back here, and then obviously this big rubber gasket will rest right in here. And then as I tighten these, this bowl will suck down and make a good seal for the water to not leak out of. So put the weird shaped washer on first. go. So it's already starting to pull it down. Before I tighten it up too much, I'll do the same on this side. We just tighten these roughly at the same rate and suck that tank down onto the body. That's about as tight as I can get it. I pushed down on one side and down the other side while I screwed the bolts on. And we're almost done. We should have a few more things to install. Even if you have a conventional bowl where you have to install all of the hardware yourself inside, it's really easy to do. Pop the lid off of the tank of the bowl that you have in your house right now, and you can see how simple it is. We have this dual flush system. Less water is used for like liquids, so urine, and then solid waste uses more water and I don't think any more power, but the more water creates more power from my understanding. The top of the tank like that. And then this ring. They make it so easy. It's color coded. There's black and white. And you reach in here and you just twist this mechanism a little bit so that the black flap is up and the white flap is down, or black flap is back and the white flap is forward, because that's the orientation that I put this in. Now, ba-ba-boom. There we go. Here's the last step. It's just a hose line to deliver water. Now, when I turn the water onto the house, water will come to here. If I turn this valve, it'll fill up the tank and we'll have water to our toilet. Let's take the lid off. We'll see what the heck is in here. Wow. There's the black and white flushers and black and white. If you compress the small flusher, big flusher, and they are adjustable here and a couple of the places. I didn't adjust them. They came pretty perfect out of the box. If we want to depress this white one, it will flush. Very impressive. It's also very quiet filling up. And we have a little buildup debris in there, you can see. Some dirt and stuff.